Hello and welcome to Zootastic. I'm Mark and I'm absolutely thrilled to take you on another journey into the fascinating world of our amazing animal residents today. And today we're diving into a realm that might send shivers down some spines, but it's incredibly captivating at the same time, the world of spiders. And more specifically, we're visiting one of the most recognizable and imposing spider species right here at the Allwetterzoo Muenster in Germany. Hold on tight, it's going to be hairy, it's going to be impressive, and definitely a master of adaptation. And we're talking about the Mexican red-kneed tarantula. Its name already gives away quite a bit about its appearance. But what exactly makes this spider so unique and its color so striking? So let's take a closer look. The Mexican red-kneed tarantula is a truly iconic spider. Its most striking feature is its vibrant orange-red joints on its legs, which stand out clearly from its otherwise dark, velvety black body. And these colors are not just beautiful, they also serve as a warning coloration to potential predators. Its body is compact and robust, covered with fine hairs that give it a velvety appearance. It has 8 eyes, usually arranged in 2 rows, but its eyesight is relatively poor. It primarily navigates using vibrations and touch, and with its 8 powerful legs, it can move surprisingly quickly. Isn't it ingenious how nature creates such signals and sensory capabilities? And these fascinating spiders are native to the arid regions of Central America. And they are primarily from the Pacific coastal regions of Mexico, especially from the states of Guerrero and Michoacan. There they live in semi-arid landscapes, including thorn forests, scrubland and rocky areas. And they prefer to hide in self-dug or existing burrows. And these burrows offer protection from heat, cold and predators. Imagine them lurking in their burrow for prey or hiding from the scorching sun, true survival artists in harsh environments. But how do these spiders live and what makes their lifestyle so special? And this is one of the most fascinating characteristics of the Mexican red-kneed tarantula. They are terrestrial spiders that spend most of their time in their hiding places. That's why it was so hard to get a little bit of film material for you guys. They are nocturnal, which is another problem if you spend a day at the zoo, and emerge from their burrows at dusk or night to hunt. And they are ambush predators and patiently wait for prey to pass by. And their diet primarily consists of insects like beetles, grasshoppers and crickets, but small rodents or lizards can also be on their menu. When prey is close enough, they dart out lightning fast, overpower it with their powerful fangs, their chelicerae, and inject their venom. And the venom paralyzes the prey and begins to digest it internally before the spider sucks up the liquefied food. Isn't that incredibly clever and efficient? And I know, some spines right now, yeah. A truly super interesting fact about the Mexican red-kneed tarantula is its defense strategy. Although it's venomous, its bite is generally not life-threatening to humans, comparable to a bee sting. However, its primary defense is not its bite. When threatened, it will first assume a defensive posture by rearing up and lifting its front legs to display its chelicerae. And if that's not enough, it begins to kick off urticating hairs. And these tiny hairs, barbed and located on their abdomen, can be flicked off with their hind legs and flung towards an attacker. And these hairs are extremely irritating to the skin and mucous membranes, comparable to tiny glass fibers. And this is a very effective way to deter predators without actually having to bite. At the Allwetterzoo Muenster, the keepers are of course careful and wear protective gear when working with the spiders. But it's still fascinating how specialized these defense mechanisms are. Unfortunately, the Mexican red-kneed tarantula is also an example of an endangered species. For many years, it was one of the most popular tarantulas in the pet trade, which led to a massive decline in its wild populations due to illegal collection. Its habitat is additionally threatened by agriculture, urbanization and fragmentation. It is classified as vulnerable by the IUCN, that's the International Union for Conservation of Nature, and they are on the red list, meaning its survival in the wild is seriously at risk. And zoological gardens like the Allwetter Zoo Muenster play a crucial role in the conservation of the species. They participate in international breeding programs for these spiders to establish and maintain a healthy reserve population outside their natural habitat and to raise awareness about the threat to their habitat. Every Mexican red tarantula in the zoo is a valuable ambassador for its wild counterparts and helps, raise awareness of its critical situation. It's the zoo's mission to introduce you to these wonderful and yet endangered animals, and I'm trying that with my videos as well. But what do these impressive spiders actually eat? The Mexican red-kneed tarantula is a carnivore, and I mentioned earlier its diet mainly consists of insects, but it can also overpower small vertebrates. And its hunting strategy is characterized by patience and lightning speed. Of course, at the Allwetterzoo Zoo in Muenster, the Mexican red-kneed tarantulas naturally receive a diet specially tailored to their needs, consisting of crickets, locusts, and cockroaches. And these feeder insects are enriched with vitamins and minerals to ensure optimal nutrition. And this not only keeps them healthy, but also mimics their natural diet as closely as possible. And they are truly efficient and adaptable hunters in their ecosystems. And another fascinating characteristic of the Mexican red-kneed tarantula is its molting process. Like all spiders and arthropods, they must molt to grow. And during molting, the spider crawls out of its old restrictive exoskeleton. And this process can take hours and is very strenuous and risky for the spider. After molting, the new skin is still soft and vulnerable, and the spider is very defenseless for some time. A successfully molted spider is a sign of good care and health. An adult Mexican red-kneed tarantula can reach a leg span of up to 15 centimeters and an impressive age. Females can live 20 to 30 years in captivity, while males often only live for 1 to 2 years after their final molt in order to mate. And this long lifespan of the females is remarkable for an arthropod. At the Allwetter Zoo Muenster, you can experience these imposing creatures up close. They are a real highlight in the aquarium. That's where also the insects and the amphibians are. And they are not aggressive, but rather shy and will try to flee or use their urticating hairs if disturbed. But still spend some time in front of their terrarium, but please don't put any lights into their burrows. They definitely don't like that. Seen kids doing that, that's why I'm mentioning it. And just observe how they move slowly, how they sit in their burrow, or how they clean their legs. It's incredibly relaxing and fascinating at the same time to observe these living 8-legged creatures. And perhaps you'll even spot one of them curiously observing the glass or cleverly hiding under a branch somewhere. And that's it for today on Zootastic from the Allwetter Zoo Muenster in Germany, and I hope you enjoyed this little dive into the life of the Mexican red-kneed tarantula. Wasn't it simply impressive in its appearance and its survival strategy? I'm always fascinated by its adaptability and its importance for biodiversity. And I look forward to welcoming you again next time. See you soon and stay animalistically curious.